Hello, welcome to my talk. I'm Jianyu from Peking University, and I'm honored to be here to present our paper, Demystifying Software Release Note Issues on GitHub. It's a joint work with Hao He, Wenxin Xiao, Kai Gao, and Minghui Zhou from Peking University. Release note serves as the means of communications between the software and its users. Consulting release notes is an essential practice when upgrading software. Users typically use release notes to comprehend potential beneficial changes, such as the bug fixes, enhancements, and new features, to help them decide whether to upgrade to the new release, and potentially interrupting changes along with the guidance for migration or mitigation. Besides, internal developers use release notes to formally document the development progress and the plans for the next release. For large software projects, the production of a release note is time-consuming. Previous work found that creating a new release note by hand is a difficult and effortful activity that can take up to 8 hours. Some software systems, such as Firefox, have to deal with thousands of patches during each release cycle. It's a challenge in tracking these changes to be included and producing the final release note. Today, the tight deadlines in software development may even tempt developers to reduce efforts put into release notes. Consequently, the produced release notes may be of low quality, such as lack some details, wrong information, bad organization, and missing some information. While a systematic understanding of real release note issues in practice, that is how release notes go wrong or fail to meet users' expectation, is still lacking. Such understanding can help formulate best practice and reveal important future research directions for automating and regulating release note production. Therefore, to bridge the knowledge gap, we ask the following research question. What are the release note issues fixed by developers? We collect all GitHub issues containing release note keywords between 2020 January and 2020 June. By conducting a 5-round labeling, we construct a taxonomy. Fig 1 illustrates the hierarchical taxonomy of release note issues. We group all these issues into 4 dimensions. Content: what information should the release note convey? Presentation: how should the release note convey information? Accessibility: how to make release notes easily accessible? Production: in what way should the release notes be produced? Besides, we have 7 categories, such as completeness, 12 subcategories, such as missing, and 62 leaf notes, such as missing breaking change. Due to time limit, we are going to share the main findings, and more details can be found in our paper. For content, we can learn that developers should ensure the breaking changes and new features are not omitted and sufficiently described. Besides, missing, wrong, and broken links are also particularly salient, which prevent users from accessing related information. These findings can help us better understand what common mistakes developers often make, what typical users would expect from release note, and what purpose release note should serve as the one kind of project documentation. Also, we have 2 lessons for presentation. Number 1, poor layout may bury important information and lead to users' misjudgment. Number 2, readability are most frequently caused by spelling, writing style, and grammar. For accessibility, many users complain that release notes are difficult to access due to link deterioration, lack of notification, and convert release note location. Finally, we have 3 lessons for production. 1. Developers have strong demand for automation, but automated tools may lack design features, tend to induce errors, and are hard to configure. 2. Without suitable planning, users may be confused about the absence of release note. 3. Regulation of release note production, especially conveyance for issues, request, and commit, is vital for efficient release note production. Based on our taxonomy, we devised a checklist for release note production. Number 1, What should be included in risk note? Number 2, how should risk notes be organized? Number 3, how to make risk notes more accessible? Number 4, how to ensure risk notes completeness? Number 5, how to choose the writing style for risk notes? We further write a post in our lab website to show how to better write risk notes for software. Apart from automation problems in our results, we further summarize the following research directions that may greatly help automated risk note generation. Number 1, automated labeling of software changes. Number 2, automated summarization and language style unification. Number 3, automated testing of risk notes. At last, I'd like to give a quick summary. In this study, we analyzed the latest GitHub issues about risk nodes and built a taxonomy consisting of 4 dimensions. We found, number 1, risk node producers are more likely to miss information than to include incorrect information, especially for breaking changes. Number 2, improper layout will bury important information and confuse users. Number 3, many users found risk nodes inaccessible due to link deterioration, lack of notification, and obfuscate risk node locations. Number 4, automate and regulate risk node production remains challenging, despite the greatness of risk node producer. Finally, our taxonomy not only pictures a roadmap to improve risk node production in practice, but also reveals interesting future research directions for automating risk node production. That's all. Thank you.